All right, good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to another daily Scuttlebutt with Ivy's Family Factotum. I know it hasn't been so much daily because I haven't been recording on the weekends, and I do apologize for that. I had all intentions of recording yesterday, being Saturday. Today is Sunday. But things happened. We ended up getting busy trying to fight the weather, or trying to beat the weather, I should say, because we were getting out and doing a lot of land clearing and such. Some of the videos you've been seeing over on the main channel. So if you have not seen those videos yet, I would ask you to please head on over there and go check it out, because we've been conquering the land of getting it cleared and doing most of that by hand, and also doing a lot of it with equipment that is failing us. So we've already went through 2 electric chainsaws. Dad really likes using the electric chainsaws with his generator and stuff. And at some point, I'm going to have to get him another one because his is busted, and the one that I got from my mom's also busted, which he was able to replace some of the parts on that one with, because he had one of the long pole, the extending type chainsaws that you put onto like a weed eater or something like that. It's just the pole, right? It had a lot of the same parts in it, so he kind of took those things apart and then put them back together. That way it had the handle and all that. So, because it's the actual motor itself that he had to replace. So, yeah, burned up 2 electric motors, which they're older saws. They're only meant to be limbing saws, right, of cutting small limbs, because even though the one chainsaw has a 14-inch bar on it, it's not made to be cutting down 20-inch trees. And that's what we've been using it for. Obviously the steel, so my steel that I have it's a Farm Boss. I believe the 321. I'm gonna have to double check on that. I can always put that right here. And then that one needs a new bar, because the other bar that I had, it went whoop and bent because it got trapped on a cedar that I was cutting down previously. And that one, that for whatever reason, that saw is not very popular. Whenever I bought it brand new, and it was supposed to be like the hottest and biggest thing going at the time, because I talked to the sales rep and stuff like that. But I guess I should have done a little bit more digging, because you cannot find parts to this saw in any store that sells steel equipment. So to me, that means that, hey, this isn't a very popular saw, so they're not selling the parts for it very readily. So I do know that I can get stuff for it online. I have to special order it. Whether it's going to end up being more expensive or not, I don't know. Because I've even looked at, possibly buying substitute bars and stuff like that, like the Oregon bar, and yeah, I can't find it that will fit the saw either. So, excuse me, I'm still out here. It's fairly early. Well, early for me, I guess. It's 8, a little past 8 o'clock, and still drinking my coffee. But we've been doing a whole lot of land clearing. I got a chance to take you guys out and show you a little behind the scenes, sneak peeks and such. And I'd asked everyone to leave us a comment down below in the comment section if you would like to see the plans, or like to see some of the things that we're going to be building here on the property. And I've already stated that yes, I was going to show that, but I was going to show it here on the side channel, to where if you wanted to see it, you're going to have to come here to watch it. So I'm definitely glad that everybody is here. And if you're here for the very first time and you're new, we definitely thank you for joining our journey. And we'd ask that you would please give us that like and subscribe. And then also check out our main channel, which is Ivy's Family Factotum. And give us that like and subscribe over there too. And come follow our journey. It's greatly appreciated. But I'm going to go ahead and get you guys flipped around. Let's go check out some of these drawings that we got. So we have a gathering house, 2 cabins, our main house, a garage that also has an apartment. And then we're also going to be doing, a few outbuildings and stuff. I do plan on building a blacksmith shop, a woodworking shop. We are at some point going to have a mill. So that building and everything, it's going to be doing that. And if you guys have not checked out The Bearded Carpenter, go over and check out his channel, because that mill that he has, along with his mill house, is really close to what I'm going to be doing, because I fell in love with it and I would like to have something about like it. So, and it will fit right into what we're doing here with the looks and everything that we're doing here. So go check it out. But all right, let's go ahead and get you flipped around and let's check out some of these drawings. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start you off with the actual gathering house. This is the building that we're going to be building next. And we have shown off some of these drawings before in previous videos, but for a lot of our new subscribers that are here, we're going to go ahead and show these off again. But this building is the first time that we're showing this. So this is our layout we have here. So the entire building is roughly 44 feet long, is 29, just almost 30 feet. So basically 30 feet wide, including the porch. So the porch is roughly a 6 foot wide. How we're doing this right now, because this is going to be living accommodations for me, Gladys, the girls, with having a bathroom, having a living room, having a bedroom for grandma, having a bedroom for my mom. Unless they're willing to share a room only for sleeping, then it'd be mom and grandma, the 2 girls, Gladys and I, or it'd even be mom and grandma in a big one, and then Gladys and I, and then the girls on this side. So it really all depends on, what we can talk about and going through. So in the future, when this gets turned into a gathering house, you'll have girls' bathroom. This would actually be a pantry. And then we would do a stackable washer and dryer that would also have the water heater is in here. Basically just like a little utility closet. This whole wall right here in the middle is what splits the building in half. So this entire front of the building would be open. So none of these walls going across. Plus everything here would be open going to the kitchen. So it would all be open, basically design, with the exception of the bathroom obviously would be closed off. There would be a wall here, because we would also have like a little coffee nook right here on this wall, on the other side of where the pantry's at. And then the room back there would actually become an office. So it'd be like the little YouTube studio / office, just things like that. Because running a business, right? If you have a legitimate business, this kitchen here is also going to be for my mom, for her Mama Mary's Navajo Tacos. This building, along with the office, will be separate from the living areas. So that's one of the biggest things, because her business is an LLC, and you cannot have your office out of your home. It has to be separate. So that's one of the biggest reasons why we are going to have a separate office. And then if you want to know what this building is going to kind of look like, we're going to be going something like this, but it's going to be not brown. So if you can see this here, it'll be something that looks kind of like that, but the colors will be different. And how that porch has the railings, we would not do that either. It would just be an open porch. Okay, and a lot of times whenever we're talking and going through, if you can see this, these are the type of drawings that I get from Gladys. Being like, hey, can you build this? Yep, I sure can. So, just very simple things like this. This is actually a rack that holds the 2 foot by 2 foot square laundry bins. So, and that would actually be the storage of where our clothes would be going. All right, and then there's other drawings that we've had that, didn't really make the cut because it really all it was depending on what type of buildings we were doing. So this was a layout that we did it was a 16 foot by 40 foot. So this would have been for more of like a shed, a 16 by 40 shed. And it would have been a layout, something like this. And I believe that this would have been Mom and Dad's house because it had the king size bed and the double closets. So, but this is not being used. This was just a drawing that we had came up with in the event that we were going to go that way. See, and we always have a lot of little chicken scratch drawings, kind of like this. Kind of shows layout of land and kind of like what we're going to be doing. You probably don't understand any of that, but we kind of go from stuff like this to stuff like this. And this was one of our designs for our home. So this one, what we plan on doing is it's basically going to be a hybrid home. So it's going to be a 3-part system with the center area is all kind of open concept of living room, dining room, kitchen. It's all open concept, but that's actually going to be a timber frame. And then on the side, so this isn't our final drawing, but this was just a concept. So on the side is going to be kids' rooms or bedrooms with a Jack and Jill bathroom that kind of went into the hallway, or like a little makeshift hallway. And then on the other side was going to be the master, along with a master bath, a utility mud room, and such. And as this lays out, the mud room is going to be on the side of the house, and laundry is going to be on the side of the house that's closest to the garage, because we would also like to have some type of causeway that goes towards the garage. That way, in the event that we're going in and out and it's bad weather or whatnot, we're not having to be outside. We just go straight from the garage into the house. Yeah, because I ended up getting, so we have a whole bunch of this type of graph paper, just a large graph paper. I was actually able to do this at work before I had left. I had printed those out. And this one, we have to kind of redraw this because the paper is getting damaged. But this right here is Mom and Dad's cabin. So it's a 20 by 24. And it's basically split right down the middle. So it's a 12 feet and 12 feet on either side. So they're going to have, their master with a master bath, a big closet that's inside. Obviously, you have to go into the bathroom to get to the closet. That might change. We will see. Just that, obviously to be able to keep, moisture and stuff like that out of the closet. That we might end up having a different solution of how you get into the closet itself. But obviously there's going to be plenty of ventilation, so we will still look at that. Obviously, the big living room. They have kind of like the dining room or table inside of the kitchen. So that's something that they had already had when they were down in Texas. They were perfectly fine with that. That's a table that they already have, and then a refrigerator, some storage type stuff. Which I think this one had even changed a little bit because we've also incorporated a door into the back. But this is basically the layout of what we were going with. But I do think that this here has changed up some because there is a door on this. Okay, now you kind of go on this one. So it was a bigger building like this that was going to be for our house, and then we actually had decided to shrink the middle section just a little bit. So we went ahead and folded it here like that. Something like that. Okay. But you can kind of see this here. So we have our timber frame. So we're actually going to be going more with a Gothic style in a center. So it's going to have the different arches and such. That's actually what we liked. That's what we would like to go with, which would raise the roof up a little bit. It would give it kind of like a vaulted ceiling look. But then, so all of this in the center is wide open. We do have here in the front, though, there's going to be a wall that will go up, not all the way to the ceiling, but it will go up enough to where right here at the front door, it creates a little entryway here in the front. So that's one of the things that we had incorporated there. That way, on the back side of it is where we can have the TV and such, where you're looking at the TV towards the front door. Then over here, kids' rooms. That didn't really change any other than the locations of the closets. That did change. But it's basically, the rooms are the exact same. They're just mirrored to each other. Same thing with the bathroom. And then over on the other side, this had changed quite a bit. So we actually have the master with a closet that's basically cuts off about 3.5 feet of the room itself. So to get to the bathroom, you're actually walking through the closet itself. So this actually has to where the closet's on this side and closet's on this side, and you're walking through it to get to the bathroom. All right, then it's going to have a nice big shower. We actually wanted to have a double shower, so we're making it, fairly good size to accommodate for that, because we love to shower together. So we want to make sure that it has two shower heads, and that we're doing all that. It's going to have a his and her sink, a toilet. That's going to be in its own little room with the door and everything. And then in the mud room, it's going to have the dog washing station, washer and dryer, a little sink and stuff like that to be able to do stuff. Has the electric closet stuff in there, but then it's also going to have the different benches with baskets or different things, for as people are coming in, they can store shoes, they can store a jacket, they can store hats, anything like that as they're coming through. And then on the back side of that is a big walk-in pantry. And then obviously going to have a little, coffee / liquor bar on the side, a big kitchen island, and just as everything as it flows, kind of around in a corner. And that's basically the layout for our home. And I don't know if you can hear in the background, it's actually raining. I'm out here in the playhouse. So as you can see, it's starting to come down. I don't think it's going to want to focus outside because the windows are dirty, but So I'm going to go ahead and start getting this one wrapped up. And I do have a picture of Mom and Grandma's cabin. So that one is actually a 20 by 30. It was a little bit bigger than Mom and Dad's. The only reason for that is because they're actually going to have 2 bedrooms. So that one is, I don't know, I don't remember what I did with the drawing. But all the cabins, or a lot of the buildings that we are doing here are all going to have a lot of the same look on the outside, just where a lot of them are matching. Okay, so kind of like what I showed you with the Gathering House, that look, so it's a board and batten style is what we're going with. Just for the Mom and Dad's cabin and Mom and Grandma's cabin, they get to choose, the color, because that was basically the only thing that we had asked, or that we had said, obviously we're the ones that are helping with build. We're the ones that's helping financially to build them. That the only thing that we had asked is that they stay board and batten to be able to match the rest of the buildings on the property. So that was it. Everything else, color, they can choose whatever color they would like. Anything on the inside, they get to choose whatever they want to do on the inside. That was the only thing that, like I said, we'd asked for, was that it be a board and batten. And that's it. So a lot of our buildings that we're going to be doing, obviously Gladys, her favorite thing is black. Her favorite color is black. Right? I always say black's not a color, it's all color. And then, white is the lack of all color. So I said it can't really be a color, but a lot of the things that we are going with on the outside is going to be kind of like the well house. So if you have not had a chance to see what the well house looks like, that is actually really close to what a lot of the buildings for us is going to look like. Will it be pitch black like the well house? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. But it's still going to have a lot of, the burned look to it like that. If it's something that's not actually burned, then we will just be utilizing the paint to do that. But I do like having the traditional board and batten, the actual pine boards and everything. So with that, to be able to keep the bugs out, to be able to do all those things, burning it, if not the entire board, at least on the bottom, right? So just to be able to keep those things out. But other than that, that's what we got going on, folks. It's raining. We were able to do a little bit of land clearing yesterday up until around 1 o'clock. And then we got rained out. So that's where we're at today. We got rained out. But some of these pictures we are going to have to redo and such, because obviously these being stored where they were in the RV, they ended up getting wet a little bit, and then some of them, as you can see, started growing a little bit of mold. So we don't want that. So we'll redo it. It's fine. It would be nice to, at some point, have these put to a computer program or whatnot, but I can't afford to do all that right now. So, yeah. But we definitely appreciate y'all for following in on the journey. Hopefully everyone enjoys all of these builds that are going to be coming. I've said this time and time again, our journey is just getting started, y'all. So we definitely appreciate everybody that's here, that's helping us grow, sharing us out. And just know that we have a lot more coming. A lot more coming. So we definitely appreciate you for following our journey. And then last but not least, always thank a veteran at every chance you get. Not only on Veterans Day. And we'll see you tomorrow. Later, y'all.